It is a very hot and also very rainy day in middle of July. Well, actually, early July, just post 4th of July. Yeah, we're inside. Finny and I are hiding out in the bedroom because the air conditioning's on. It is carb day, so we've had some cookies. When I say we, I mean me, and some other fun stuff. But right now we are hunkering down. You can't open the doors or windows because it's raining. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pouring. And yet the humidity is super high and it's still really hot in the house. So we're kind of stuck here for now. And I thought I would like to show you a couple of things I found. I was really excited. I found a shop in town that I hadn't been to before. And I have never seen so many, actually any of these things. I've never seen so many direct from Jamaica singles, 45s, of, roots reggae things. A lot of dance hall and stuff I'm not really interested in as well, but hundreds of reggae singles. They also have a great selection of jazz and doo-wop and R&B and soul and world music and blues. So I was in a couple times the last couple days, and I told them, you'll definitely see me again. And you notice I'm not telling you where it is. There's a reason for that. I have to get through those reggae 45s first. But I wanted to show you a couple of them, and then also, play something for you. And I haven't really listened to much vinyl in a year and a half. The great flood of 2019 kind of messed up my listening situation in the basement. And thanks to my wife and daughter, who saved the day, I woke up to a flooded basement and I had to go to work. But they worked very hard and, saved records and aired out my speakers. And my wife was like ironing posters and stuff. I mean, she's awesome. But in any event, I haven't rewired the basement yet, and most of my music has been coming from digital sources, the occasional CD in the car or in the house or whatever, but I haven't really listened to vinyl in quite a while, and it's been starting to get to me. I'm ready to get things back in order. But what I did when I found that, I popped into that record store the other day and I found all those singles. I said, well, this maybe will push me a little bit to get that job done. But for today, I pulled out my Numark portable, so I will give you a quick look at that, and then the Jamaican records I bought, and then we'll listen to something. So this is the Numark PT01 USB. I think they made a PT01. Then they made this USB model, which, if you want to transfer directly to your computer, you can do that. They made a version, I forget what it's called, but it's basically this portable with a souped up motor and mechanism so you can scratch if you wanted to use it for, hip-hop DJing or whatever. It's fairly durable. I mean, for a small, super portable, lightweight setup, if you wanted to throw some vinyl in the mix if you were DJing and you weren't going to, perform on it, you're just going to play a couple tracks, it wouldn't be bad. It's really for portable use. It's for crate digging. The new PT01 or whatever it's called now, PT04, I can't remember. And by new, I mean that's a couple of years old, so I don't even know if they're still making this. But it comes in a different case. It's more in line with what some of the popular portables are that the crazy kids are buying these days. So it's got, more like of a leatherette suitcase kind of packaging it's in. This is a bit of hard shell plastic. The build is decent for what you're paying for. It's not an amazing turntable. It's not a great cartridge that comes with it. But I'll tell you what, back at my old house when everything was in storage, I used this in the living room with some studio monitors, some self-powered speakers that I plugged right in through RCA. And it was way better than, not listening to vinyl, let me put it that way. I wouldn't want to just use this with the internal speaker alone for regular listening. If you're just getting into it, this is a much better option than
cheap things they sell at Walmart or whatever, you know, you can get online or whatever. So it's not the turntable of your dreams if you're trying to get into vinyl and understand what that's all about. But it's way better than a lot of other choices. I got one for my son and got him a set of the studio monitors that I had, and that's his main, you know, listening right now. If he gets deeper into vinyl, then we can help him figure out what he needs after that.
Okay, the PT01 USB has USB, which is nice because you can transfer directly to your computer. It has 33, 45, and 78 speeds. The 78 is kind of silly because you're not really ever going to play a 78 on this platter. You know, it's not set up for mono. You know, you need a needle for those shellac records, not a stylus. You need an actual needle, those huge knitting needle things that they used to use. So you'll mess up your record, and your record will mess up this cartridge, I think, if you tried to do that. But the 78 speed is there. It's got a pitch control. It's got, you know, a tone control, the classic portable record player tone control. You can have low or high or in between. It's got a volume, but I mean, it's nice that it has those features. The cartridge is not bad. It doesn't sound terrible. You know, and again, if you're not using the internal speaker just for auditioning, if you run an RCA out to another amp or to a set of powered speakers, it's actually not bad at all. And, you know, again, for a year or two, when I wasn't set up at my old house and I was just jonesing for vinyl, kind of like I am today, I had this set up, and we listened to a lot of jazz records on there, and it definitely scratched the itch. These are the outputs. It's got two different headphone outs. Of course, you can use an adapter with either one if you wanted to, but it's got a 1/4 inch and a mini plug, an 1/8 inch, which is also a super nice, thoughtful feature from Numark. It's got stereo outs, RCA. It runs on 12-volt power pack, but also you can just use batteries. You can play it, you know, portably. Back in the day, we used to take our Panasonic turntables to the beach. Crazy as that sounds, I wouldn't do that with this. He's always got to get in the videos, guys. He's always got to get in there somehow. But you could take this out with you. I wouldn't, but you could.
So here's my first stack of Jamaican 45s. I will definitely be back there to get some more. But there's one from Tough Gong, which was Bob Marley's label. It's a Rita Marley single. Her output, in my opinion, has been spotty, but I liked this one. Maybe that's sacrilege, I don't know. There's one from Observer. I wound up getting two of the same one by accident, so I got to see if I can return that. But I believe the Observer label is 90, the Observer's label. There's Duke, which I think is Duke Reed. There's a bunch of cool, you know, obscure or more obscure things in there. So yeah, very excited about this little stash, this treasure trove of Jamaican things that I'll be definitely spending more time with.
All dressed in black, silver button all over her back. She gets so